What's good? What's good? Welcome to Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we got an epic review for y'all today. It's a limited series, True Story, starring Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes. We are going to review that. We're going to do a regular review, a non-spoiler review, and check our spoiler review out. We're going to also do a spoiler review. So before we start our review, we have an intro. All right. We have returned. I forgot to line up the other camera. Anywho. All right, so this is a non-spoiler review. If you're thinking about watching this show and you want to hear somebody talk about it without, spoiling nothing yet, check this out. And I'm going to say before I say anything about the show, watch it.
Yeah, like
Watch the show.
Like, there's no question. Like, if you've been wanting something new from Kevin Hart, something that isn't his usual bit, watch this. If you like Wesley Snipes and you want to see him do his thing, watch this.
Yeah.
If you like complicated character-driven dramas, watch this.
Right. And it's hard to say that because I had recommended this to a couple of friends, and they've all said the same thing. They didn't watch it yet because they said, "Oh man, Kevin Hart doing this usual bit. I don't want to see that." I was like, "It's not what you think.
It's not what you.
It's not what you think, and it's actually real good, man."
Yeah.
And it's not that the fact that I don't like Kevin Hart. It's just that his act was starting to get old.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's still real talented.
Mm-hmm.
So this right here, I'm very happy to see because he's actually taking his talent in another direction.
Yeah.
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 So this show is called True Story, and it's a limited series. And it probably could have been a movie. I think it might work better as a movie
It might. Yeah.
because it seems like you can get this done in an hour and a half and get what you try to say and get in and get out. But it wasn't too long though. It was 7 episodes, and it was like I think some of them was a little shorter than the others.
Felt that way.
So, so Kevin Hart plays basically himself. He's a comedian, and I guess he's very successful right now. Things going real good with him right now. He has a troubled past with his brother, which is played by Wesley Snipes. So he's from Philly, and I think he's from Philly in real life.
I think so.
So he's from Philly, and his brother still live there. So basically, he has a crew. Anybody that famous, you got to have people around you to kind of control whatever. Manager, got his writer, his bodyguard. They're kind of like a little crew. And he's like, I hate it when we go to Philly. Because we got to deal with his brother.
Yeah.
So Wesley Snipes is one of those brothers that, or you can say a family member, like he's rich, but he's one of the family members that want to get you in trouble, always borrowing money.
Yep.
And you got to be like, well, that's my brother, that's my family. So everybody else try to say, hey man, you need this dude that's dragging you down, and you be like, no, I can't because that's my brother, or whatever.
So you even see it from the jump. Like everybody is like, all right, remember we in Philly, so I need you to keep your head on straight.
Right.
Because so and so gonna be doing some things.
Right. So it started off where they was talking it up like, okay, since we in Philly, we got to be more careful because we know his brother is gonna be dragging him into stuff.
Yeah.
So the bodyguard, I forget his name, but we know the
Herschel.
actor.
The character's name is Herschel.
All right.
The actor's name is
Lala.
Lala. Dear God. Tattoo man off of Black Lightning. William Catlett.
Yeah. So he kept on like being a little too. I was like, man. I mean, I guess he is his bodyguard, but
like,
every time you try to do something, hey boss, I'm coming with you. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, boss. I'm gonna come with you.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I can take care of that myself.
Look, just give me 3 feet. All right. I'm cool.
But we know why though.
Yeah.
Because your boy Wesley Snipes, which did an amazing job, by the way. I ain't never mad at Wesley.
Yeah.
So
nah. He
did look a little skinny though. I was like, is he not well right now? Because he looked.
I was wondering.
Did he look kind of skinny?
He looked skinny to me. and especially when you have him next to Kevin Hart, who is fairly
A little
broad,
thick little dude.
You know,
He's
it's
short,
like-
but Kevin is thick.
yeah, yeah. So it's like he looks even skinnier next to him because he's taller.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if it was just that comparison,
Right.
Or,
I mean, he don't look unhealthy. He just look a little skinnier than he
you
usually
know,
look.
because like I feel
He's
like
getting a little
he
older,
looked
but-
a little skinnier in like when we saw him in Coming to America.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We just seen him recently, not as small as he is
Yeah.
now. Could have been for a role. Whatever.
Right.
So Wesley Snipes is, like I said, he's his brother that, that pretty much gets, they call Kevin Hart character was named just the Kid.
The
They
Kid.
never say his name.
They-
They just call him Kid.
And like Wesley Snipes
Unless
character
Kid
just
is
called
his
him-
actual name.
and Wesley Snipes character
Carlton.
Carlton.
Yeah.
He just called him K.
Yeah, right.
So it's like,
So we don't know if Kid was actually his name or
Yeah.
they kind of call him the Kid.
yeah,
Whatever, which is kind of like what they did in Purple Rain with Prince Kirk.
yeah. You're right.
So that was cool. But like I said, he got in town, and what his brother was saying, hey, we're doing shots, man. So, come on, man, go ahead, just one sip.
And
bro.
like, I'm gonna tell you that one. Like, I got unnecessarily heated at that scene. 'Cause I'm like,
See,
know, like,
and it's also they made it a point to let you know that he used to be an alcoholic.
yeah. Like,
So
it-
how
like,
you gonna?
like, there's even a line. It's like, come on, man. You know, I'm 6 months sober right
Right,
now.
he said I ain't had a sip in 6 months, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Just a sip.
Just you know what I'm saying?
And so he does this. Like, oh, come on, quit
Right,
with that.
he
Go-
took a sip. Hold on. And then one of the homeboys said, hey, man, finish that, man. What's wrong with you? Finish that. Come on, man. All right.
It's like you can look at somebody and tell that they can't stop themselves.
Bro, and you already knew where this was going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was in this show, I was gonna say everything's not what they seem, but let's just say we knew this was where this was going, and it was gonna be something that transpired after this.
Yeah.
Once he got drunk.
Yeah. Like you knew things were about to spiral way out of hand.
Yeah.
I will say they spiraled out of hand quicker than I expected.
Right.
But how did you feel about the insight of that?
Bruh. I didn't see it coming at
Yeah.
all. And we're going to talk about that in the spoiler
Yeah,
discussion. But let's just say an incident happened.
Yes.
An incident happened and things did not go as planned.
At all. And it's like the jump off is so steep. You know, you're thinking you're about to be in for like a slow burn on like one like isolated incident. It's like, nah, we in the deep end with this.
Right.
And like you just go from there. And the series, like, it does this interesting thing of like making you think you're gonna have time to sit in the pocket and like get used to like where things are. It's like, okay, this is what happened, this is how we're gonna deal with it, we're gonna be cool.
Right.
Curveball.
So it's one of those series that I really like how every episode ended, because every time I end up binging it the first
Same.
day.
Same.
I was planning on watching it, and then like I'll watch half of it and watch like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop watching it because where it ended, how the hell they gonna get out of this one?
Yeah. Well, like, because I knew I was going to binge it because I texted you as I was watching the first
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
This is a mug, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, yep. I ain't gonna even say that. I'm just gonna let them watch it. And I said to myself, I bet you binge it, because when you see an episode and then they end it, you just kind of gotta see
You
that.
gotta
next
know
episode.
what's coming next.
Yeah, you gotta-
How do we deal with this now?
Right. So this show is just like, it's kind of like a series of events where people find themselves in situations where they got to find a way out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you glued to the TV because you like, I don't see how they gonna get out of this. First of all, they put themselves in the situation.
Yeah.
First of all, it's basically when people get drunk and do stupid stuff, and you think you got a handle on things, and you really don't, and you make things worse, so you create another situation. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
there's also the added layer of watching someone try to convince themselves that they're not the one that messed up.
Right. But you got multiple people messing up
Yeah.
that that, like you said, everybody blames somebody else.
Yeah.
Everybody else blaming somebody else.
I wouldn't have done this if you. Yeah, but I ain't tell you to do it.
Right. But no, man, so I enjoyed that,
Yeah.
man. I really enjoyed seeing what was going to happen next and and then I like the element of they had the I don't know if it was like a Marvel movie, but they had like a
what they call it, like the Alterverse,
yeah,
or something like that.
that.
So like Kevin Hart's character, the kid, he has this this comic book movie he's done
with Chris Hemsworth.
And like, first off, I've never seen Chris Hemsworth do a cameo before.
Yeah.
So like,
you know, Netflix, they're all a fam now.
Yeah. So it's like, but it was cool to see that because it's like, you kind of get that idea of, oh, I guess Kevin Hart can kind of do this action hero thing.
Yeah.
And then like they couch that into they bake that into his character. So it's like, this is one of the hang-ups. This is one of the things the character is like struggling with, is like trying to make time for this thing.
Right.
And like it becomes one of the conceits of like the friction between him and his brother as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting because you get that layer of like, yeah, I'm the successful one, but also my brother, who depends on me being successful, doesn't respect what I do.
Right. And every time he say, I got problems, he's like, you rich.
Yeah.
Nobody want to really listen to him.
And he keeps trying to say, it's not what you think it is. That's what all you rich people say.
Yeah. So yeah, it was bad. It was good, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching what was going to happen, and like I said, I binged it, and it was like it could have been actually a good movie if they would decide to do a movie. Sometimes they kind of like switch it up when it probably was a movie. Probably was just going to be a bit too long, which is smart. If it's going to be too long, make it a series.
Yeah.
But this would actually play good for a movie because it was kind of fast paced.
That, and I feel like they may have chosen to make it a series instead of a movie just because it gives them more opportunities for drastic cliffhangers.
Right.
Because you don't have to immediately pay off a cliffhanger with a show. You can say, all right, come back for next episode.
Yeah.
You know.
So without spoiling what the incident was, let's just say it was a situation where a lot of probably celebrities find themselves in. You know, maybe not a lot, but I'm sure celebrities have found themselves in this situation, and it's like what to do.
Like, also, this is very much a for want of a horse situation. It's like you did all this to fix this, and now you had to deal with the fallout of everything you did to fix that one thing.
And I've seen movies like this. It's a movie where Jon Favreau did. It's called. It came out like in maybe like late '90s or early 2000s. Called Very Bad Things.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And it was a similar situation where they had to cover up this, and then they end up making more trouble, and then it got everything just escalated. You know what I'm saying? I think it was called Very Bad Things, something like that. But yeah, it was similar. So this premise had been done before, but I really respect the fact that they're doing this with Kevin Hart, and he's getting out of his comfort zone by just being. It's funny though. It's funny he playing himself. But this is like one of his best acting roles.
But you know what? It's like it's this weird kind of thing where it's like, and I've seen a lot of comedians do this when they get big and they get acting jobs playing themselves.
Yeah.
Where it's like, because Eddie Murphy did some of this type of work back in the day, where it's like, okay, we need to play you as if the character you portray when you're doing stand up is just a character.
Right.
Like, it comes from you, but it's not you.
Right. It's more like, I don't know if you've seen this movie called JoJo Dancer with Richard Pryor. He did a movie like this where he was a fictional character, but that was basically his life.
Yeah.
So similar to that.
That's actually what I was thinking of watching this. Because it's like just the way Kevin Hart plays his character in this is like, okay, this is like, I'm not this guy, but
it's basically me.
It's basically me.
But this story is totally fictional.
Totally fictional.
Hopefully.
Thank God. I hope the guy like can you imagine if this was like just a sly way of sneaking a tell-all in. It's like we ain't got to talk about whether or not this is real, but if something had happened when
that's an O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
I didn't do it,
but if I had,
if I did it, this is how I would have did it. I ain't say I killed her, but if I did,
it's like, look, I'm not saying that me and my brother ever dumped, some stuff off in Philly, but I mean, if we had.
So, right. So, man, yeah, look, it's a good show. Watch it, please.
Absolutely.
And then watch our spoiler discussion so you can really get that. If you really want to get some deep discussion on what you just saw, check out our spoiler discussion.
For sure.
So, yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. This is the non-spoiler. And so if anybody's still checking out the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you get alerts anytime we post new videos or we live stream.
And if you like what you've seen here today, please drop a thumbs up down below and a comment if you've gone and looked at the spoiler video.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace, y'all.